Hi, and welcome to Community Focus. I'm Kim Houston, reporting here from beautiful downtown Bardstown, which, by the way, if you didn't know, it was the most beautiful small town in America. I get an opportunity to say that as often as I can, and it just flows from my mouth now. But we're here at the Java Joint for our Community Focus program, and we've got several exciting guests to talk to today to talk about things going on in the Nelson County area. But I'm especially excited about our first guest today, who's going to tell us some things going on in the Northeast Nelson area of Nelson County. Has to do with a lot of people's favorite drink, which is wine. So I'm with Eddie O'Daniel with Spring Hill Plantation Bed and Breakfast and Winery in beautiful Bloomfield, Kentucky. Welcome, Eddie.
Well, thank you, Kim. As you know, Spring Hill is Kentucky's oldest winery, and we've been around for about 20 some years, since 1990. And so this is really a magical time for wineries, because we've got harvest that's going on, we've got winemaking going on, and it's just it's very aromatic around the wineries as they're crushing and pressing, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, with our bed and breakfast, and just coming off of the Bourbon Festival, we've been very busy, with guests coming in from out of town and from really all over the world. So it's been an exciting time and a busy time for us.
And a busy time. Now,
Absolutely.
Eddie, I interviewed you several years ago for a television program, and just give us a little history of your particular winery, where you started, and a little bit about where you are today, and why you chose where you are today.
Well, actually we started back in 1990, and we started there in Springfield, Kentucky. Because that's where I grew up, and we planted our vineyards on the family farm and really developed the business out of a hobby that I'd had for many years. And so it was new. I knew there was a lot of history in Kentucky's background, about wineries. And so I thought, it's time for us to bring this back. And we started off very small and grew. We had a shop here in Bardstown for a number of years.
Loved that shop.
Right on 3rd Street, and it was so much fun, but we were trying to find our niche. And so we moved a couple different places, and it wasn't until 2000 that we moved back to Nelson County and had us an old home there in Bloomfield, right on the Bluegrass Parkway, and we renovated it into a bed and breakfast, and which is a business that works really very well with the winery. So planted all of our vineyards there around the old plantation manor, and we've got a beautiful tasting room and winery, and we're part of the Kentucky Wine Trail, which you may or may not know is the Best KY Wineries, and there's 22 of Kentucky wineries that have formed this association and this wine trail, where everyone, kind of gets on the wine trail and goes from winery to winery to taste some of the great wines that they have. So we're part of that, and it's been a tremendous success over the past recent years.
Well, I know we were talking that Bourbon Festival was just held, and you all see a lot of people coming in, as we talked about. While a lot of the gentlemen love their bourbon, a lot of the women love their wine. So I know that you all had to be busy during this time also.
Oh, we have. A lot of people have teased me in years past, so what's a winery doing in bourbon country? But you just uncovered the reason, is that the guys do like their bourbons, and a lot of the ladies, but they do like their wine, and there's a time for each.
I think so.
And it so we kind of are an addition to the bourbon line, and it really makes a great complement there. And we work closely with the distilleries, so we do tours and tastings, and I think we just have a synergy among us that is really special. Makes us quite unique in the country too.
I think so. While Napa Valley is known for, probably the instigator of all the wines all grouping together and things, Kentucky is really making its name in wineries, and we find a lot of people in our tourism office that are coming to Kentucky to do the wine trails. They're like, you know, I have been to Napa, I've done that, but I want to kind of see how it happens here in the state of Kentucky. And it's grown in popularity.
Oh, it really is. And, you know, there's over 400,000 people who come just to this area for the Bourbon Trail. And many of them are stopping by the wineries and discovering that, gosh, they didn't realize our Kentucky wines were so good. And they didn't realize that many of our wineries have won prestigious medals in international competitions all around the country. So it's a great compliment, and we're getting a lot of attention. And, you know, I think there's just nowhere to go, but, you know, just great things ahead.
Great things happening.
Right.
Well, speaking of great things happening, you've got something coming up next month that is just going to be incredibly popular for people to come in Kentucky, and that's your Wine Fest 2012.
That's right.
I want to talk about that a little bit.
Wow. This is going to be the first major Kentucky Wine Fest that has happened since the industry's really gotten off the ground. Going to happen on October the 20th.
October 20th. I'm writing that down right now.
Right.
Okay.
And
October 20th.
it's going to start from noon and go until 10 p.m.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Bullitt County Fairgrounds, so it's going to be easy to get to. Right off of 65.
That's right.
Right across the Bernheim Forest entrance, and of course, we all know that Bernheim's doing their Color Fest that day.
Yes.
So this is a great family outing.
Perfect.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of color, lots of wine, and there's going to be lots of music too. We've got 3 terrific bands that are coming: Spare Change Millionaire, Blues Town, Whiskey Tango. They're going to be providing music all during the day. Plus, we have the art guilds from Bullitt County and Nelson County and Hart County that are coming to display their arts, you know, from their art galleries. So you'll be able to shop among the original art and enjoy all that. We've got lots of food vendors that are going to be there that's going to have great festival foods and fall foods. And not only that, but we're going to have the best part, I think, and that's almost 15 Kentucky wineries where you'll be able to do tastings of all their different wines and be able to purchase their wines as well. It's going to cost $10 for admission to get in, and with that, you get a free festival glass, plus you get 10 tasting tickets and free parking, acres and acres of parking, so it's going to be easy to get in and get out. You have to be age 21 or older, you know, to enjoy it, to enjoy the wine. But it's going to be just a great day of wine, music, food, and great art. So we hope everyone in the listening area will be able to come out and join us.
And I think even then after that, you'll get to taste these wines and then go out to actually visit the wineries themselves. So I think it would be fun for somebody to get to know Eddie O'Daniel or somebody from Forest Edge, and then have an opportunity to go to their facilities and go to the wineries and actually see where the wine's made and to learn more. And so will those opportunities be available? Will you tell people, okay, this is my wine? So I'd love for you to join us at the winery sometime, and you'll have that opportunity as well too.
At the Wine Fest, you'll be getting a passport to all the wineries, and so you can get on the wine trail with your friends and family and visit each winery. And every winery's got a different personality and a different menu of wines, so it's going to be so much fun. And you'll get acquainted with all the different wineries, you know, while you're there. So it's going to be a terrific day, and I'm sure we're going to have beautiful weather like what we're having today.
Right.
You know, lots of sunshine and crisp air, and it's just the perfect time of year for our Wine Fest 2012.
So let me ask you a couple other questions about owning a winery. Do you make the wine yourself, and do you really stomp the grapes? Those are questions that have been really flowing around in my head ever since I knew I was going to talk to you. Do I see you out there stomping grapes in those vats and things?
I think everyone watched that I Love Lucy show, you know, with Lucy stomping grapes in that huge barrel. No, we don't do that quite as often nowadays. We have the big computerized presses that do the pressing. But it is an old tradition of picking the grapes and bringing it right in within hours of the time they're picked, and crushing and pressing, and you have all this color, all this smell of the wines and the juices, and yeah, it's really an exciting time. It's work, but it's really exciting, you know, to be at the winery while we're crushing and pressing.
So what's your favorite wine of the wines that you grow? What the wines that you have, what's your favorite? What would you recommend if I were to go out and want to buy a bottle of wine today? What would you say?
Well, you know, I kind of laugh at that.
Is it like a favorite child? You really can't say you've got one?
I get questions like that a lot, and I have to say that my favorite is the one that sells.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
But it's, you know, I really enjoy all types of wines, the reds as well as the whites, and the sweets as well as the dries. And you know, you want different kinds of wines for the different foods that you're having. So each of these wineries that we have here in Kentucky, though, they have a good mix of all kinds. And I tend to personally go for the drier red wines, but I have to be honest, you know, we sell a tremendous amount of sweet wines, and they're all good.
I've tasted them, and they are all very good. I'm just disappointed for some reason we didn't get a bottle to do a tasting today on this, but maybe that's for another day.
Maybe the next show.
Maybe
that'll
be for the next one.
That's right.
I want to talk also about, you know, there's some rules and regulations with wine. What are the rules as far as if I want to come into your gift shop, which you have a lovely gift shop, by the way?
Thank you.
Are you able to ship wines? How does that work? It's always a question I have had answered to me up in our information center of people wanting to ship things.
Well, we get those questions a lot because it has been very confusing with all the recent court decisions and changes in the laws, and every state is a little different. But yes, we can ship. We can ship within the state of Kentucky, and usually 2 cases is what we're allowed to ship. And in most states, you know, we can ship. There are a select few that still do not allow interstate shipping.
Okay.
So you can ship it, but you have to ship it to a retailer that they go to.
They go to, right.
But, you know, the best way to do it is to talk with your wineries. They can give you, you know, based upon your address, they can tell you if we're allowed to ship into it or not. But there's a lot more shipping going on nowadays, and you know, I think that as time goes on, the different state legislatures are making it easier to do, you know, for those that are age 21 and older.
So if I wanted to put a gift basket together and send to a friend of mine in another state, you have that capability over at your gift shop to put your wines, put some maybe tasting glasses, all that, because Christmas is coming up, and everybody's always looking for that unique gift for a friend out of state or for something to do. And I suggest go to our local wineries and send something that was made here in Kentucky, made here in Nelson County, and ship it out.
We get a lot of requests, and it's really a very big business, you know, of making Kentucky baskets with our wines and all of our Kentucky Proud products. So we're very fortunate that we have access to all this, and people really do enjoy this, where they've moved out of our state or their friends or family. It makes a great touch of home to receive a basket from Kentucky with some of our great products in it. So I really encourage everyone to consider that in their gift giving this year.
Well, good. WineFest 2012, your place is open. Give us the times and days people can come by.
Sure, Spring Hill is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Sunday from 1 until 5.
Okay, and you welcome, and we were talking before we went on that actually Nelson County is going to get a taxi here, and one good thing is that what they're going to do, you're going to actually be able to rent the taxi for groups and go around to the wine trail, because I think those are some of the questions people have, and they're a little fearful. Well, I want to do the wine trails, but I don't want to drive because I'm drinking. Well, we're going to have that capability in Nelson County now, that will go to Washington County and Marion County and all these places. You can just take a van and have somebody drive for you.
That's
I think you're going to see a lot of people with this new addition here.
I think so too. You know, we always encourage people to drink responsibly and do not drink and drive. And having Mr. Taxi come in is going to be a great asset to our community, and a way that people will be able to enjoy the wine and the Bourbon Trail and do it in a safe manner and have lots of fun with their friends.
Right. Eddie, thank you. Good luck at WineFest on October 20th, and we hope to see you at Spring Hill at one of your wonderful events that you all always host there.
Please come on over. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you. And we'll be back with more community focus and another interview, this time with Mayor Rhonda Hagan of Bloomfield, Kentucky. Stay tuned.